Hey, sweetheart. What on earth you doing up so late? You had a bad dream? What kind of dream? No, Daddy's fine. Okay, I promise. I'll stop at the next truck stop and get some coffee. Hopefully that'll keep me awake. All right, you pray. What's Mama doing? No, don't wake her up. She probably doesn't want to talk to me anyway. Of course I'll be there in the morning for your birthday. Why do you think I'm driving all night? I should be there in time for breakfast. Okay, make Daddy's favorite. Love you, bud. Mwah.
God can make you rich. Just send me 99.
Now that's what I'm talking about. I'm on a highway to hell. So damn tired.
I thought I told you to stay on your side of the line. No one's going anywhere until I find my darn... That's not it. And that's not it either. When the world gives a man my age, excuse me.
Exactly where are we? I think I made the wrong turn back at that highway. If you could just give me directions, I'll find my way out of here.
Can't you see I'm dealing with a crisis here? Do you want me to send you to the back of the line? Well, then wait your turn. Now, where is that thing? I thought I told you to throw this thing away. You want some? It's gonna go to waste. I get one of these things every year and I never can finish them. You didn't throw my guest list in there, did you? Well, then go and find it. And don't come back without it or there'll be hell to pay. Next. Sorry. Name?
Richard Johnston III.
Well, Richard Johnston III. Here's the deal. Since someone has temporarily lost my guest list, we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way by the honor system. Now, just give me one good reason that I should believe your name is on my list, and I will let you through.
Not a problem. I can give you 100.
Seriously? You're trying to influence my decision with a bribe?
A bribe? No, I wouldn't think of it. Let's just say I'm making a charitable donation. Look, I can see that you're overworked and understaffed. I'm just contributing to the cause.
Well, I really appreciate the gesture, but you'll find the almighty dollar doesn't go very far up here. We prize spiritual gifts far more than filthy lucre.
So do I. That's why I give 1/10 of all my income to charity.
1/10? That's biblical, you know.
I know. And in addition, I endowed the entire West Wing of the Bleeding Heart Community Hospital last year. You can see the plaque at the entrance. Solid brass. The Richard Johnston Heart Center. Unfortunately, it was my liver that failed.
Well, still, you must be very proud of yourself.
You should have read the society column. I was the toast of the town.
So, you have your reward already.
Yes. No. What do you mean?
You had your reward on earth. Money, prestige, the finer things in life. What are you coming to me for?
That's a very good question. Maybe I should be speaking with your supervisor.
I do not think you want to go there. Now, if that's all you have to offer, Mr. Jensen.
Johnston.
Whatever. Next.
Wait! I followed the Ten Commandments.
The Ten Commandments. Now we're getting someplace. Which of the Ten Commandments did you keep?
All 10.
Really?
Since I was a kid.
Well, why didn't you say that in the first place? We have a special prize for anyone who keeps all 10. And it's solid gold, not brass.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
You can pick up your plaque on the award table. It's right by the ice sculpture and the champagne fountain. You can't miss it.
Finally, I'm getting what I have coming to me.
Oh, you can be sure of that.
But I can't see anything.
Keep walking. It'll all be clear to you soon.
Are you sure?
Just follow the white light.
What?
And watch out for the unicycle. Next. Name?
Is that guy all right?
Yeah, his eyes just aren't used to the dark. I mean, light. He's got all the time in the world now. Name?
Joe. The name's Joe. But like I said, I think I'm in the wrong place. You see, I was driving my rig on a deadhead to Miami, getting ready to stop for some coffee when...
We get that a lot up here. You got a last name, Joe?
Listen, why don't you take the next person in line? I really don't have time for a party, and I just want to get back on the road.
Joe, I'm afraid that's no longer an option for you. You see, this is what we call the end of the road. Well, printing another copy, that will take hours, days. Do you see this line? I need my book now.
Sir, sorry to interrupt, but I caught somebody trying to crawl under the gate.
Who? Where is he? Young man, do you know how essential our security protocols are?
Sir, should I take him to the back of the line?
You must be new here. Angela, take this young man, give him a bottle of milk and a harp. Make that a trombone. And don't come back without my list. Joe, you see what I'm dealing with here? Do me a favor, just give me one good reason why I can let you through and you'll be on your way.
Well, if it's all the same to you, I'd really rather just get back to my truck. My daughter, she's gonna have breakfast waiting for me. French toast, bacon.
Bacon. I'm surprised I haven't seen you here before this. You know, that kosher thing wasn't for just back then. Oh no. Haven't you read the Surgeon General's report? What does that even matter now? What really matters, if you ever want to see that daughter of yours again, you'll give me a reason to let you through, and give it to me fast. We'll have a riot on our hands.
Come on, move it!
Well, if you're gonna put it that way, I've got my faults like the next guy. But I work my butt off. take care of my family. And if my wife can't understand that, let her try driving 3,000 miles a week and see how her butt feels.
So, you don't get along with your wife?
What? No, I get along with everyone. She's the one with a chip on her shoulder. But my little girl, she makes up for it. She's my sunshine, and I'm her superhero. Tomorrow's her birthday, and guess what she wants?
I don't see how that's relevant.
A toy truck, so she can play with it while Daddy's on the road and she can feel like she's with me. Can you believe that? There ain't nothing I wouldn't do for that little bug.
Don't you have some place to go? That's all very touching, Joe, but even terrorists love their children. You'll have to do better than that.
Look, I follow the golden rule. I don't do anything to anybody unless they do it to me first.
What about the Ten Commandments? You follow those, Joe?
Yeah, sure, I guess I do.
You guess.
No, I mean, yes, I do. I follow the Ten Commandments.
Yeah, what about the third one, Joe? Do you follow that one?
The third one?
Yeah. Remember what you yelled out of the back of the truck when that fella ran you off the road? What about the ninth commandment? You ever break that one?
The ninth commandment? No, why would I do that?
You're not breaking that one right now?
Chicken salad sound on wheat toast. Hold the lettuce, hold the mayo, and hold the chicken? I once was lost, but now I'm found. Blind, but now I see.
She's beautiful.
That's my little girl. Tomorrow's her birthday. And I almost missed it for good.
What do you mean?
I must have fallen asleep at the wheel. It's a miracle I'm even here.
What kind of miracle?
You wouldn't believe me even if I told you.
Oh, you'd be surprised the kind of stories I hear in this place.
You get some menus over here or what?
The menus are on the counter. I'll be over in a minute.
Move over.
I don't know how long I was out. It could have only been a few seconds, but it seemed like a few hours. But there was this guy at this gate.
What guy at what gate?
Nah. It's just crazy.
Whatever.
Wait a minute, wait. Sit down, please. You see, I was driving home on a deadhead. 27 hours, no sleep. I must have nodded off at the wheel and I went over to median. When I opened my eyes, I was standing at the head of this long line waiting to go through these gates into this fancy party.
A party?
Yeah. And there was an old guy. He was at this desk, checking names to see if who's all invited to be there.
Let me guess. Was his name Peter?
Beats me. All I know is he couldn't seem to find his paperwork.
The Lamb's Book of Life.
Do you really want to hear the story?
Sorry.
So, since he couldn't find his book, he started asking all of us a bunch of questions to see if we were good enough to get in. The guy ahead of me was a rich guy. He thought he could buy his way in. He almost got tossed out, though, until he brought up this Ten Commandments thing.
Really?
But there was something funny about it. When he went through the gate, it sounded like he'd fallen down some stairs. Didn't sound like much of a party to me. It sounded more like a
Barbecue?
Hey, sweetheart, will you at least get some coffee over here?
I ain't your sweetheart.
So, what happened when you got to the front of the line?
Well, I tried to convince him that this was all a big mistake and to let me get back to my rig, but he wasn't buying it. So, I tried the Ten Commandment thing. He called my bluff. What the devil is the ninth commandment anyway?
If I ain't mistaken, it's the one about lying.
Really? Well, luckily we didn't get that far. Because when he hit that gavel on his desk, I woke up, this truck was headed straight for me. So I jerked to the right, I spin 3 times. It's a miracle I'm still alive.
I'll say. I can't tell you how many people have gotten killed on this stretch of the road. You know, folks around here call it the highway to hell. I need to get you a sippy cup. Cheer up. Somebody up there must still like you. You got a second chance.
Second chance at what?
You're alive, ain't you?
Yeah?
Can you think of any reason why you'd be spared? And so many other folks have died out there on that road?
No, I can't think of a single reason.
That's a good answer. The first step toward getting right with God is admitting you're a sinner.
Sinner? Hold on a minute. Nobody said anything about being a sinner.
Really?
Maybe I did a few things I wasn't too proud of.
It doesn't matter how you judge yourself. What matters is how he judges you. After all, he makes the rules, not you. That's why they call them commandments, not suggestions.
Lady!
Don't make me come over there! Listen, what if tonight was a sneak preview of what you got coming? What are you gonna say if he asks you those same questions when you get there for real? Tell you what, let's do a quick test. What's your name?
Joe,
Mine's Angie.
nice to meet you.
Tell me, Joe, you ever steal anything?
No. Well, maybe when I was a kid.
And you never cheated on your taxes or kept something that didn't belong to you?
Maybe once or twice.
What does that make you?
Excuse me?
You heard me. What does that make you? Never mind. We both know the answer to that. Ever use the Lord's name in vain?
Not since that guy nearly ran me off the road.
What does that make you?
Come on.
Ever told a lie, Joe?
Sure, everybody's told a lie.
What does that make you?
Normal. Don't you have any other customers to take care of? What about that guy over there that needs some coffee?
Ever slept with a woman who wasn't your wife?
Why? What time do you get off?
I think that qualifies as a yes.
Oh, I was just kidding.
Ever worship a false idol?
No. Now that's one commandment I've never broken. I don't even own an idol.
Really? How much did you sacrifice for that shiny new idol out there?
That's none of your damn business. That shiny idol outside is my livelihood. That's my life.
Your life? I think it's anything but your life, Joe. And I think you learned that tonight.
So according to your definition, I'm a lying thief who's an adulterous, blaspheming idolater?
That's idolater. And not my definition. It's his. I mean, 5 of his 10 commandments, and you've broken them all. Want to look at the rest?
No. What's the point? Everybody does that stuff.
That excuse ever get you out of a traffic ticket? You ever murder anybody?
What the? Very funny.
It's not meant to be.
Good, because it wasn't.
But it was a simple question, Joe. Yes or no?
Of course not. How could you think that?
That your final answer?
Wow. You've got some nerve.
Sorry, but whether I ask it or not, he will. It's on the final.
That's bullshit. He's not even real. That's just a figment of my imagination. I've made it all up.
If that's true, Joe, then you got nothing to worry about. But if he is real, he's gonna know the answer to that question before you even open your mouth.
Who the hell do you think you are?
I'm nobody, Joe. In fact, I wouldn't even be here if my mama did to me what you did to Janie's big sister.
What are you talking about?
You know good and well what I'm talking about.
No, I don't. You're just messing with my head. You couldn't possibly know anything about that.
But you know it, Joe.
For your information, Janie didn't even have a big sister. The lady said it was just a blob of tissue. And just in case you people here in the sticks don't know, it's legal now. It's a woman's right to make a choice.
A woman's right? You never gave her the right. You forced it on her by refusing to be the man you made her think you were.
We were just kids. I didn't even have a job.
Is that what you're gonna tell Janie when she asks you what happened to her big sister?
Get out of my way.
Suit yourself, Joe. But remember this, there's only one unforgivable sin. The one you refuse to confess.
Oh, yeah? Well, just out of curiosity, Miss Holier Than Thou, you ever broken one of those so-called commandments? You think you could BS your way through that guy at the gate? On your record?
No. And I wouldn't even try. I've broken most of them too. The only way I'm getting through that gate is on his record, not mine.
Finally.
Well, what does that mean?
It means all have sinned and fallen short of God's rules. You, me, and everyone in here. And guess what? The wages of sin is death. But
what?
the gift of God is eternal life through Jesus Christ. He took the whipping, the lashes, the nails, the punishment we deserved on that cross, so we wouldn't have to. All we gotta do is bow our head, swallow our pride, and accept it.
That's a great story. And hey, if it helps you get through the night, great. But if there's anything I've learned in this life, there's no such thing as a free lunch.
But it wasn't free to him. It cost him his life.
Now, why would he do a thing like that for me?
Well, you're a father. Wouldn't you lay down your life for little Janie?
In a heartbeat.
Now, why would you do a thing like that for her? Yeah, exactly. Okay, now don't start that. Really, my shift ain't even half over. And I didn't bring any extra mascara.
Ma'am, could I please trouble you for a cup of coffee now?
That's better.
Could I get a Danish with that?
Who puts your luck, Buster? So what do you say, Joe? Joe? Well, it's all in your hands now. I've done my share. No speed limits, no stop sign. Nobody's gonna slow me down. I'm on the highway to hell. I'm on the highway to hell.
Sinner? Hold on. Nobody said anything about being a sinner.
I think 5 of his 10 commandments, and you've broken them all. You wanna look at the rest?
No.
I'm praying for you, Daddy.
unforgivable sin. One you refuse to confess. He took the whipping, the lashes, the nails, the punishment we deserved on that cross. All we gotta do is bow our head, swallow our pride, and accept it.
Cool your jets, buddy. Everybody's gonna get their shot. Oh, look what you did!
No. Not this again.
So you did. Get over it.
But I just did this.
You did this before? So that psychic on TV was right. Stop it. Stop that. You're gonna hurt yourself. Listen, if you were ever gonna pick a day to kick the bucket, you pick the right one. There's a great big party going on in there, and the guy at the door lost the guest list. He's letting everybody through with a couple of questions, but FYI, all you gotta do is tell me you follow the 10 Commandments, and bada bing, bada boom, you're in. Watch this.
So, let me guess. You follow the 10 Commandments too?
You bet I do, sweetheart. Don't we all?
Just keep moving. Don't make eye contact.
What's your problem, son? You see that line? I have a quota to meet. Hey, haven't I seen you here before? I never forget a face.
Excuse me, sir. Can you tell me where I can pick up my 72 virgins?
Right over by the robes and the harps.
Thank you.
So, what's your problem? Don't you want to join the festivities? You look like a nice enough fellow. Certainly you follow the 10 Commandments, don't you?
I'd like to say yes. I really would, but if I said that, it would be
a what?
A lie. Number 9 on your top 10. If you really want to know the truth, I'm a lying, cheating, blaspheming adulterer, amongst many other things.
Are you trying to be a smart aleck? Look, pal, this has been a rough day, and the last thing I need is a troublemaker.
I don't want to make any trouble. Just show me where you send the sinners and I'll be out of here.
Are you sure about that, son? No last-minute defense? Deathbed conversion? Hail Mary pass?
Come on, Pete. It is Pete, right? I made my bed. Shouldn't I have to sleep in it?
Well, that depends.
That's what she said.
Excuse me?
This little waitress at the truck stop on the highway to hell.
Highway to hell?
Yeah. Believe it or not, that's what they call it. I went in for some coffee, and she poured out a long story about a father who loved me so much. He died on the cross to pay for my sins, so I wouldn't have to.
Really?
It didn't mean much to me at first, since I had never seen my old man. But you see, I got this little girl, Jane, and I love her that much too. But you see, she's good and I'm not. She deserves it. I don't.
Would you still love her if she did something awful?
There's nothing that she could do that would ever have me stop loving that girl.
Now, Joe, that's how much he loves you.
After all I've done?
After all you've done? I denied him 3 times when he needed me the most. That's right. I claimed I didn't even know the man. What do you think I deserve? For all have sinned and come short of his glory and are justified by his grace. It's a free gift, Joe. All you have to do is accept it.
A lying, blaspheming murderer like me? Yeah, that's right. I said it. A murderer.
For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him would not perish, but have everlasting life. His words, not mine.
No. It's just too easy.
Then why is it so hard for you, Joe? He was nailed to the cross for those sins of yours, the just for the unjust. Don't you think that's good enough?
I do. I do. I do. I'm so sorry. I just didn't know. That's not even true. I did know. I was just too damn proud to admit it. I'm sorry.
Come on, son. There's someone I want you to meet.
But what about my little girl, my baby?
Which one? Now, just give me one good reason that I should believe your name is on my list and I will let you through.
I threw the winning touchdown pass in the state championship game.
In my former life, I was a whale. So this time around, I helped free Willie.
Come on, really? Don't you know who I am?
I'm a carpenter. We'd be pals. He'd want me to help him out.
Have you heard me play? I'm all over the place. People know exactly what I'm doing. Jesus is usually right there next to me. He knows me. I'm getting in.
I'm a decorator, and you need me. Look around. This place could really use a facelift. I would have gold and glitter raining all down.
Don't tell me you don't know me. You have to know me. Don't you watch TV? Read the newspapers?
I'm a nurse. I help people, and I get paid good money for it.
I mean, come on, really? Have you seen this face? All the angels want me in heaven.
I just feel like God really appreciates when people look nice, and well, I always look nice, especially on Sundays.
I'm a really nice guy.
If you don't believe it, just ask my wife. On second thought, no, don't ask her.
I haven't eaten meat in 15 years.
I go to the gym 5 times a week, work hard, maintain a great diet. And, but just look at this hair.
I wake up early. That has to count for something.
I've been to church at least once a week for 30 years.
Everybody knows me. Don't tell me you don't know me.
I was homecoming queen 2 years in a row.